Feeling a little rusty, y'all. It's been a
I
second.
am. Woo! Don't call it a comeback, but yeah, but this might not. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's like riding a bike. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Long summer, short summer for you? What are you thinking?
Oh, it went by quick. It went by 2 years went by quick during these trying times.
Yep, for sure. Well, let's get back at it. Boys are back in town. Here we go. Three,
Whatever.
2, 1. What's up, everybody? It's been a second.
Hey.
Welcome back to the
Welcome
Nightcap.
Welcome back to the Certified Lover Boys Cap, aka the Nightcap. Back from summer vacation.
I was gonna get too sexy for us right now.
Oh man, love that song.
Yeah.
Song makes me feel like a bad bitch.
Well, we're switching it up today, guys. Normally we're doing our music reviews, our movie reviews. We decided just to, it's been kind of a long summer. We've been away for a few weeks, just enjoying the summertime.
Yeah.
But we're back, and we just want to do a little recap. Kind of touch base where we've been. Saw some movies, listened to some music, did some side projects. So had a little bit of everything this summer. Hope everybody else had a great summer as well. Healthy summer. Hope everyone's staying healthy out there. Take your vitamins, wash your hands. Get vaxxed if so be it. Freedom of choice here.
That's your choice.
Your body.
Take your horse pills, whatever you want to do.
You want to take your horse pills? That works too. All right. It's all good here. All right. We don't
shout out to Joe Rogan.
Shout out to Joe Rogan looking healthy prior to his old age. But yeah, man. So how's it been? How's your summer been so far, bud?
It's good, man. Like you said, we took a little summer break just to do side projects and just all around enjoy the summer. Everything's open. Knock on wood that it stays that way. Vote yes on the upcoming recall. They just want to do that. I became a political activist during the break myself. So.
You burned down some cities or what? No. All right. Well,
but yeah, it was a great time, man. Everything's open. I went to the OC fair, which I love, but you absolutely detest.
I can't stand the fair, for the record.
Boo.
Boo.
And yeah, everything, the bars are open, hitting those up and going.
How's that giant oversized cow? Is he still alive?
No, he wasn't there, man. That was my boy. White Mountain?
White Mountain? Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. Nah, man. Didn't see him this year, bro.
They replaced him at least? Or what do they do?
Maybe he got put out to pasture, man. Literally. And just and obviously like the summer series of concerts wasn't as good as it usually is for the OC fair, but everything's just starting to come back and reboot concert wise and all that good stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Well, speaking of concerts, speaking of music, right before we get into this whole Donda versus a Certified Lover Boy thing, if you haven't noticed already, guys, we did drop a little I don't know if it's I don't know how to describe it. It's not an official music video, but it's kind of a fan video we made for a friend of ours, another band called Return to Solace. So check that out, or Return of Solace, excuse me. So check that out when you get a chance. The song is called Virus. Put a lot of old clips from a lot of these old throwback movies in there. So especially if you're a movie fan too, I think you might enjoy it. And also if you're a hardcore metalcore fan, I think you'll dig it as well. And lyrics are very timely, dare I say.
Very.
There's not a lot of metaphors here. It's pretty much on the nose, so you can go ahead and appreciate it. But the video itself, I think, is fun, and I just had fun doing it as a little project this summer. What about you, Al? Did you have any projects this summer besides those games you've been working on?
The games, bro. No, man. Just like I said, just enjoying the summer, going out, finally going on. Just everything's open, man. Everything's open. Just enjoy it, and hopefully, like I said, stays that way. And been reading a lot of books also. So, trying to expand, my mental capacity a little bit, not just going out and drinking. And yeah, man, that's about it.
Yeah, right on. All right, well, let's hop into the talk of the town right now is this beef right here we got with Kanye, now known as Ye, right? Just
Ye.
The name change thing, and then Drake, little Drizzy over here, both dropping albums. A lot of controversy. The fan bases are at each other's throats, and we kind of caught each other this week in text, kind of shooting back and forth, right? You kind of root for one album or the next. So let me just hear your thoughts. What'd you think first of Donda, and then what'd you think of Certified Lover Boy?
Well, Donda, me and you have both been waiting literally for months for Donda because, we kept getting teased. It's going to drop. Hey, Steve, I bet you it's going to drop this Friday. It's going to drop this Friday. And all the while, the rug pulled off from under us every stinking time. All right. By good old Ye. But finally came out. It came out like I woke up early, like on a Sunday morning, like 5 o'clock in the morning. Just went through social media really quick, and they're like, "Hey, Donda dropped." I was like,
Mhm.
"Holy crap!" I text you. You're
Breaking
probably
news.
sleeping.
Yep.
I was like, "Hey, man, Donda dropped," and I listened to it before I went back to sleep. I listened to a little bit of it. Yeah, I mean, I liked it. It's not for everybody. It will not be for everybody. It's pretty much Jesus is King turned up to 11. You know what I'm saying?
It's a good way to describe it.
Yes, definitely not the typical rap album that, you won't get the typical, flaunting money, you know, you know, fucking lots of bitches and, doing, all kinds of drugs and smoking weed and drinking lean. No, it's literally it's Jesus is King times three, and
Mhm.
rapping about his family and all that good stuff. So it's definitely a change of culture if you listen to it. Production's like tight, but yeah, it's not gonna be for everybody. Is there a radio friendly single
Yeah.
on this
I think
album?
I think you kind of hit on the head. So shout out to Gabe at Universal Groove. I was talking to him yesterday. We kind of long
Mm-hmm.
talk about both these albums, and I try to get him on the show, but he's a busy man, busy man. So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, right on. But I needed his insight because I'll be real, I'm a metal guy, kind of out of my
Yeah.
lane on this one. So if you guys don't agree with me, especially if you're a hardcore hip hop guy, all
Mm-hmm.
respect to you. I ain't trying to step on anyone's toes. So me just going in as a neophyte, you know what I mean? I'm just going in all, hey, what's going on here, guys? New album.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? So I listened to both of them, and I like Donda. It's different, and I
Yeah.
see what he's trying to do there. It's very like avant-garde, if you will. One thing is kind of like stood out to me right away. It's kind of like a lack of almost like beats on a few of these songs, like really heavy on the keyboards, on the synthesizers and
Right.
stuff. Very moody album, kind of dark. He's talking about his mom obviously and his
Mm-hmm.
relationship issues and like God and all this stuff. And I dug it, but I think that might be a problem that I dug it because I was like, Gabe pointed out, he's like, Steve, you're an alt rock guy. He's like, this is supposed to be for the hip hop guys, though. He's like, are
Mm-hmm.
they gonna like this? And like you said, there ain't a lot of money here, ain't a lot of
No,
cars, right? Ain't a
no,
lot of like,
nothing flashy. Nothing.
yeah, none of
Nothing
that
else.
flash stuff. So I don't know if the hip hop guys are gonna really gravitate towards this. And kind of seeing online too, seeing like the reviews, like it's definitely kind of split. Is
Mm-hmm.
he maybe getting a little too far out there from that genre? Like, are they gonna follow his lead, or are they just gonna let him float out into the yonder?
Yeah, I feel like this album might be going over the heads of most hip hop heads or whatever. Full disclosure, I'm more of a metal guy too, although I've been listening to a lot of country lately.
You're pretty
Whatever.
balanced. You're pretty balanced.
Yeah, but yeah, so I feel like this album, even Jesus King, went over a lot of these people's heads, so they don't really know how to rate it. They just know that the production's tight, the lyrics are there. But like I said, man, it's not gonna. You're not gonna. There's no radio singles on here. Like maybe Hurricane,
I think
maybe,
Hurricane. I think Hurricane could be. It's pretty
maybe,
short
maybe
too.
Jail, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
But you're not gonna be hearing this album in a club. No girls aren't gonna be twerking to Jesus Lord.
God, I hope not. Lord,
Or
Lord, have
if
mercy.
they do, it's gonna be very awkward. I don't know. I don't know if they could throw it back to Jesus as Lord, but
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I don't know if girls want to try to throw it back to Donda and the Donda chant. By all means, try. But I don't think it's gonna work.
Yeah. It's a different type of album, and
Mm-hmm.
one thing I just question a little bit too is like, Kanye, he's different, man. I mean, we got the video of him, with the mat, he's wearing the mask, got that like
Spike,
Legion of
Spike
Doom
suit.
jacket from
Mm-hmm.
Vetements, or I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, sorry. All this different stuff. But I almost wonder, like, he's so out there, but at the same time, it's like, can his ego handle if he's not in the top 5, top 10, Because sometimes when you go your own way, sometimes you're ahead of the curve, you're a little too ahead of the
Mm-hmm.
curve. People are trying to catch up. They might not, this album might not get the love it deserves for a couple of years or whatever, And
Yes.
I'm not even saying it's a perfect album, but it might be one of those albums. I think it's like a slow burner.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something I definitely wonder. So we'll see how that goes. I like the album overall. I thought it was pretty good. I think the Neil drop, that guy, he gave it a 7. I was kind of right there with him. I was like, this is kind of what this is, kind of like a light 7.
Mm-hmm.
Solid, not a lot of tracks, but it's not necessarily something you're
Yes.
like, in love with right away. But I think there's enough there you can keep coming back to it and get 1 or 2 songs where you're like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
you're really enjoying it. But let's transition on the other end, right? We got the the angel on our shoulder. We got the little Drizzy over here on the other shoulder. You know,
Mm-hmm.
dropping Certified Lover Boy now. I know you like
Sir,
this one. Why don't you go and kick this
certified,
off?
certified lover boy. I'm disappointed I didn't get to my barber, before we recorded, so he could shave that hard on my head. But I'm very, very disappointed about that. But yes, this was CLB was also delayed. It was supposed to come out January 1st, but I think he had, like, I don't know, some health issues or some other issues on why it didn't drop. But it finally dropped as well. First, let's be thankful that we got Donda and Certified Lover Boy within like a 5 day span. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, a lot
But
of
yeah,
good
man.
music.
Yeah, so yeah, you got the God album with Don, and now we got the Toxic Masculinity
Yep.
album in the CLB.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, it's like the opposite of Donda, because this album was just, it's literally full of singles. Like, I know you're gonna
Yeah, I don't
you're
know.
gonna disagree on that, but it's
Yeah.
literally full of singles. Like, to me, I've listened to CLB probably all the way through 3 times about so far,
Mm-hmm.
and it's an album you could listen all the way through. Yes, you're getting what you're expecting. You're getting a Drake album. It's a
Yes.
lot of singing, a lot of
All up
singing,
in the
rapping.
feels. Mm-hmm.
Hmm. You might call your ex afterwards, like after
Yep.
listening to this album. I
Yeah.
tried, but they didn't pick up. They love you. And and yeah, man, like, I thoroughly enjoy this album. It's something that you're obviously that Way Too Sexy. You're
Yeah.
gonna hear that in the club ad nauseum.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just hoping Right Said Fred got some royalties for that, because that hook, boy, man, I'm telling you, man. Oh, it's too bad we can't play music here.
I know. And yeah, I mean, YouTube's been cracking down. If you guys don't know, if you're
Mm-hmm.
not a content creators on here, it's a giant pain in you what. I mean, gosh,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to digress, but we have a couple of videos right now in limbo in YouTube
Yes.
purgatory because of the copyrights and all this and that. And we're pretty tame
Some.
here. But anyways, whereas on Donda, yay, you don't know what direction he's gonna go, with his stuff. On this hand, with Drake, he delivered exactly what you thought. I mean, this is a
Mm-hmm.
Drake album from first track to the last track. It
Oh
sounds like
yes.
him. It's got everything you expect. It's got the gangsters, gangster stuff,
Mm-hmm.
got the cuddles, for you and your
Mm-hmm.
girl too. It's got the relationship talk, got the industry talk,
Mm-hmm.
it's got all of it. But for me, like, I'm not like, again, like, I'm not a huge hip hop guy, but for what I know of Drake, I'm expecting those big singles, those real sticky singles to just get in my head. And at least
Mm-hmm.
for me, I didn't get it. I didn't really get
Really?
one that was like, yeah, that where like you can't get it out, and you're like, even if you don't like the song, you just like, you know what I mean? You got it in there, and Kiki, do you love me? You know what I mean? So I don't know if that's gonna come out over time. You know what I mean? I'll leave that to TikTok because they're the
Oh.
geniuses at this. You know what I mean? If there's a single, if there's like a gem in here, they're gonna find it. And everyone's gonna be dancing to it. But
Oh
at least for
man.
me, I don't know, man. I didn't really get it. I was kind of bored a little bit by it. I hate to say it.
Really? I'm telling you, that Way Too Sexy, that in itself is, you're gonna see people doing
It's
videos.
funny. The video was cracking me up.
Yeah, that video is like not just a video, just the song itself is super catchy. Like I said, I'm hoping Right Said Fred got some royalties for that, because the hook is what makes it.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, if they play that in the club, I'm just taking my shirt off. All right.
All right. So I mean, I think I know where you lean on this one, but I gotta ask anyways, who won this round? Drake versus
CLB,
Kanye.
bro. CLB.
CLB.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the
All
numbers.
around.
That's what the numbers are looking like.
Oh yes.
But I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I not too much of a limb, but I'm gonna go out here and say I think Donda is gonna age better than CLB. I have a feeling that
Really.
in like a few years, people will be looking back on it. You're gonna get those YouTube videos, Donda explained, and where they dive into every
Mm-hmm.
little thing and pull everything out, and people are like, "This is a masterpiece." Whereas like
Mm-hmm.
CLB, it's gonna just kind of come and go. And I don't know that it's going to have that same staying power. Maybe I'm wrong. Definitely could be, but that's my little prediction. So we'll see what happens with that. But we didn't just listen to music this whole summer, right?
Mm-hmm.
We actually went and saw some movies. We didn't get quite caught up to do full reviews for them,
Right.
but we did want to touch on those. So Al, I know you saw the new Suicide Squad. What did you
Yes.
think of that, man? What did you think?
I enjoyed it. And again, I didn't even hate the first one, how everyone else hated this first Suicide Squad. But this one was definitely a better version of that. You had John Cena actually did a decent job as Peacemaker on this movie. All around better humor. It
Mhm.
wasn't as dark, and it was enjoyable. The big bad was Destroyer, which was a sight to see. I'm disappointed. I should have watched the theater. like a just a big giant starfish decimating like a country. But I
Yeah.
gave it a 71 out of 100 total score. It was enjoyable. Would I watch it again? Maybe not, but it was enjoyable for what it was. Superhero movie. Sylvester Stallone as King Shark was
Yeah. How was that?
actually, yeah, it was actually really enjoyable. He was kind of like Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy, where he doesn't really say anything,
Right.
but it was just kind of still funny.
Yeah, that's a fun casting. I saw that. So this movie doesn't like replace the other one, right? The other one's still
No,
canon. This just adds to it.
that's still canon. This just adds to it.
Okay, yeah. I've been kind of just a little burned out on the Marvel movies, but everyone that saw it said it was decent.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I think on this one we can give a recommendation, right? Safe to say.
Oh, absolutely. Go watch it. Go watch it. You will enjoy yourself in this movie, watching this movie.
Yeah,
It's not
maybe.
boring.
Yeah, maybe not groundbreaking, but it delivers, right, for what it's supposed to be.
It's like a Drake. It's like CLB. You
Exactly.
will enjoy it. You will enjoy it, but it's not breaking any new ground.
You know what? That is a good analogy. And much now we're going to transition to the Green Knight, which I guess is
Oh,
Donda in this case, which actually I think kind of hurts Donda in this case because the Green Knight is a complicated movie. So yeah, I went and saw the
mm.
Green Knight. A lot of people were asking me like, "What do you think? How was that? What was
Yeah.
that? What was
I've
that
been wanting
like?"
to
Because I
know.
think people were like interested, but they just didn't know quite what to make of it, especially from like the trailers and stuff. And yeah, it's kind of good.
Oh, oh,
uh, okay,
glow.
so I mean, it's just an interesting take. I wasn't familiar with the original story, which I don't think many people are.
I didn't
Um,
even know.
it's made by A24 Films, so it's very artsy, looks fantastic. And for the
Hmm.
first half of the movie, I was there. I mean, it's set in an interesting world. The way the directing is kind of slow paced, but it's you're going on this hero's journey where Sir Gawain has to basically prove himself. The
Hmm.
problem is that he's not very virtuous hero. He's kind of a
Okay.
loser and trying to prove himself, and he fails almost all the tests that are put up against him. And the ending's kind of convoluted. I mean, anyone's seen it. I don't want to say any spoilers here, but yeah, you kind of leave the movie, then you just kind of scratch your head, like, what do I think of this?
Hmm.
Shiny, looks great. Acting is good. The performances are solid, but overall, just emotionally at the end, you're just kind of spent. It kind of drags in the second
Hmm.
half, and then when it ends, it's not really satisfying. So it's kind of like a lot of these art house films. The stereotype
Hmm.
is kind of true in this one. So I definitely wouldn't rent out to see this one. Maybe catch a $3.99 rental on Prime.
Prime rental.
Or
Hmm.
maybe even wait till it's free. Maybe that's even better.
Oh.
But I can't give a full recommendation on this one unless you're like a really like a cinephile and you're really into like cinematography and costumes and
Hmm.
performances, and you don't need that like quick hitting plot. Then maybe you'll like enjoy it. And there's definitely some stuff I did enjoy, but overall, it's just man, it's kind of a mess. So give it a
Oh.
68 out of 100. So if anybody's curious,
Okay. All right.
yeah. So yep. So that's what we've been up to so far this summer in terms of movies. But hey, also we're going to touch on a little bit of NFL action. Yeah, if you guys have seen this before,
Love
you
it.
know that we're interested in that as well. I'm a big
Hmm.
Niner fan. I was, representing the nation, the Raiders over here. So, man, season is right around the corner. What do you think, dude?
Yeah.
You guys ready? Did you guys even play any starters in the preseason?
No, we did not. That's why I wanted to talk
You guys
more
too
about the
scared.
preseason. But we just wanted to give a run to the guys that were in the bubble, pretty much all three games. And obviously we just had to cut down the rosters to 53 like a couple of days ago. We're literally 4 days away from the start of the season and the start of fantasy football season. We had our fantasy football draft like a couple
Yep.
weeks
Yep.
ago now. Shout out to our fantasy league, the Whiskey Dicks,
Right on, guys.
and can't wait. First matchup. I hope I take it. So get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's gonna be. We'll see how the season goes, man. Because with all the COVID restrictions now, we actually right before we start recording, found out that Zach Martin's gonna be out due to COVID. So that's their best lineman, and I'm playing against Zeke Elliott first for fantasy, so hopefully that helps me out. But yeah, man, I couldn't really but I'm ready. I'm ready. We're 4 days away. Raiders are gonna make the playoffs this year. I say that every year. So I don't know, man. Well, I'm ready.
So for the Raiders, what big additions did you guys have this offseason in the draft? Just kind of refresh me a little bit.
We obviously the first pick was Leatherwood, which we needed because we
And
got
how's
rid
he
of a
looking in
lot.
camp so far?
He actually looked pretty good,
Okay.
pretty gosh darn good. So obviously it was a reach for the first round, but then again, there was a run on O line people in the second round, so he might have not been there. So maybe that was a good thing.
Did you guys
Morrig,
did you guys
Morrig
have
is
any
looking
free agent
good.
acquisitions? What else?
Yeah, we just signed KJ Wright, the linebacker from
Mhm.
Seattle, which was good. Uh, Geez, I always mispronounce that guy's name. Yannick is going to be good for us defense wise. Also, him and Max Crosby is going to be a good duo. So hopefully, we won't be in the bottom of the cellar in terms of sacks, like how we've been in the last 5 years since we got rid of Khalil Mack. Funny
Mhm.
note, there was actually rumors that they actually called the Bears to see if they would trade Khalil Mack back to the Raiders.
And that was answered with a no. Yeah, what happened to
No.
Khalil Mack? I mean, I guess he's
Oh,
doing okay, but
yeah, he's doing okay, but it's not as if he's, tearing
yeah,
up the league like he was back in the Raiders. But
yeah. Well, that's kind of happens sometimes when you go to Chicago. So you just kind of fade into the black. But all right, let's talk little Niners, man. So I mean, everyone knows talk of the town. Trey Lance, this
Mhm.
QB dual QB system that they're flirting with here. I don't know, man. I'm
Yes.
pretty excited to see if they actually stick with it and do it. If how much Kyle is actually going to utilize that, it'd be pretty exciting. And I don't know. I think maybe we might get the best of both worlds. Garoppolo kind of taking it like in stride, I think is actually what makes it kind of work. So should be interesting. Trey Lance did break his finger though. At least had like a minor fracture.
Oh,
So we'll
when was
see how he
this?
comes back from that. Um,
When was that?
in the last preseason game against the Raiders,
Oh,
he
wow.
hit his finger on someone's helmet. So
Mm,
he's supposed to be ready for the first game. I guess it was kind
okay.
of a minor thing, but it was like his finger swelled up or whatever. So
Mm,
we'll see how that goes. But really, what I'm excited for is a healthy team, like a healthy
right.
defense. Nick
Right.
Bosa, D4, these guys are healthy. Now, maybe they get hurt in week 3. That's very possible. But at least for right now, they're healthy. So I'm just excited to see them on the field. And definitely a case where this team, we can go from like, last to first in this division if we stay healthy. It's a tough
Right.
division, no doubt, but I definitely think the team has the talent to do it. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. So looking forward to some football, some real football. We'll see what happens with COVID. All of us who are fantasy,
Yeah.
general managers, we got to be checking that wire, making sure no one's getting dinged for a failed COVID test or positive COVID test, I should say.
Right.
And we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm looking forward to NFL season. Nice distraction. We kind of took football off last year. I think we kind of both did a little bit. Step
Yeah. I
back
mean,
with everything.
I still watch games, but obviously I took fantasy off. And but I still watch the games, but not as intensely as I usually do. Like, yeah, if a Raider game is on, obviously I'll watch it, but it's not like the whole day affair that I usually do on Sundays where I'm just, plopping my big butt on the couch and watching football for like, 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
But I think that might make a comeback this year. All right.
Right. Couch, look out. Here I come.
I know that poor couch is gonna get it.
Oh man. All right. Well, that's pretty much it in terms of entertainment stuff. We got some stuff coming up too around the
Mhm.
corner. Doing a few more reviews. Some new movies finally coming out. Dune finally going to come out. Right.
Yes.
We're looking forward to doing a review on that. No Time to Die. That movie's
Hopefully.
been stuck in production for because of the COVID thing's been delayed. So I'm looking forward to reviewing that as well. And then we're also going to be
Mhm.
doing our Fright Cap, where we
Yes.
do some scary movies in October. So if anybody has any suggestions on that, please leave it in the comments below. Feel
Absolutely.
free, and we might review those as well. It doesn't have to. It can be new or old. We're open to doing either one.
Mhm.
This is just kind of a celebration of like that horror genre. So I'm actually looking forward to that. And what else? You said there was another movie, a new movie coming out too. You want to see?
Yeah, kind of just as a teaser for the Fright Cat Malignance coming out in a week
Mhm.
for HBO Max. This was the return of James Wan to horror, actually directing and all that good stuff. So the trailer looks great. So I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, right on. All right, cool. Well, that's pretty much all I got. So for everybody watching, thanks for joining back up with us. We were a little rusty
Mhm.
today. Sorry. I
Oh,
know the
very
internet got a
rusty.
little sketch at sometimes.
Mhm.
Al's had some mic troubles, but we're getting back in shape. You know what I mean? Getting back in regular season form, just as the NFL season starts. We're getting back in form too. This is our think of this as the preseason, and
This is
depending too,
preseason.
we might even keep doing these recap videos every once in a while in between
Mhm.
like movie reviews, just kind of touching on pop culture and just giving our opinions, because everyone has one these days. So why not
Yeah.
us? And honestly, why not you guys? Anything you guys think about Donda? Certified Lover Boy. Leave your comments below. Which one did you like? Which one did you not like? Feel free. If we're wrong, tell us why. That's all we ask. Same with the movies, the Suicide Squad, the Green Knight. If you saw them, what did you guys think? As well, for the Green Knight, do you want to see like another movie, a sequel in this world, or do you think it was a disappointment? And then also football. I want to talk a little smack. Go ahead and get in the comments as well. Tell Al why the Raiders don't stand a chance, or tell me why the quarterback duo is going to be doomed to failure. Either way,
dual
rip it up with
QB
you.
systems never really work. They never really work.
Well, then maybe it's just time for the chosen one.
Oh,
maybe go.
The Trey area. All right.
Trey area, right?
Oh, God. But yeah,
I'm cringing inside actually saying.
I know I died a little inside, but yeah, stick with us. We're in preseason form right now. We might do some cuts, but we will be in mid-season form. Promise, guys. By our next episode, we'll be back to the dynamic duo. Right now, we're just kind of getting the rust off from our summer vacation, and we'll get right back to it. Thank you guys for sticking with us, though, and we're gonna come back strong.
Yep, for sure. All right, from Steve here at the Nightcap and the Panoy Lover Boy himself, Al. Till next time.
Have a good one, guys. See you next time.